Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise to speak on this bill at this late hour because the integrity of our public examinations is ultimately about something much larger than the exams themselves. It is about whether a young Indian can still believe that hard work will be rewarded fairly. I won't indulge in the infantile whataboutery we've already heard today about which party has presided over more leaks. We are here because the system is broken and we must fix it. Every year, millions of Indians sit for examinations like NEET, UGC, NET, JEE. They don't just carry an admit card into the exam hall, they carry years of hard work, sleepless nights, the hopes of entire families. Behind them are parents who exhaust their savings on coaching and books, mothers and fathers who actually put their own needs aside so their child can have one more chance, and students who leave the comfort of their homes, often at a very young age, to spend years in unfamiliar cities chasing a single opportunity. For many families, that one examination becomes a locus around which everything resolves: their savings, their sacrifices, their anxieties, their dreams for a better future. All these students asking the government are, give us a fair chance and let our performance decide the rest. When a question paper is leaked, therefore, what is stolen is the value of somebody's hard work. Your bill introduces all sorts of punishments: 10 years imprisonment, 10 crore fines. Fine, but if somebody makes a business out of selling the futures of our children, yes, the law must come down heavily on them. But punishment begins after the damage has already been done. By the time we arrest a person who leaked a NEET paper, lakhs of students have already suffered. Our ambition cannot be merely to publish a paper leak more severely. Our ambition must be to prevent it from happening, Madam Chair. Every paper leak is not an isolated scandal. It exposes a deeper structural weakness in our examination system. If Parliament is serious about safeguarding the integrity of public examinations, our focus must not be, as this bill is, on punishing failure, but on preventing it. The bill talks about investigations completed within 2 months, trials within 3 months. It provides for special fast-track courts. But has our judicial system got the capacity? In 2025, Madam Chair, fast-track special courts registered 1.44 lakh new cases, but it only disposed of 66,500. Pendency in the existing fast-track courts is 2.46 lakh cases. Fast-tracking is not going to be achieved by passing a bill alone. It requires adequate judges, prosecutors, timely investigations, efficient case management, and a situation where the CBI counsel actually shows up in court, unlike today. Until these gaps are addressed, justice will continue to be delayed. You can pass a law, but justice cannot be legislated into existence. If the government really says this bill is going to get cases done in 3 months, can it tell the House how will it be achieved? Will there be more judges, dedicated prosecutors, better forensic capacity? Or is this just a law in paper? Similarly, with this proposed special task force, who will serve on the special task force? What qualifications must its officers possess? What will be their tenure? Under which circumstances will a case be handed to it? These questions matter because both the wrongdoers and the investigators are operating under the administrative framework of the government itself. We can no longer think of paper leaks as somebody just opening a sealed packet and finding the questions. Modern examination fraud begins much earlier, at the stage of question setting, moderation, translation, digitization, printing, distribution. So examination security must be present at all these stages. Every access to a sensitive question paper must leave a digital audit trail with independent vetting, and we require a serious cybersecurity framework. I had a lot more to say, but in the interest of time, I'll cut it short. Technology, in other words, should protect our students, not be a barrier to them. And so this House, Madam Chair, must think beyond this bill towards a comprehensive reform of our examination architecture. India has to move away from the single, high-stakes, high-stress examination model, where the future of millions is decided in a few grueling hours, and one bad traffic jam, one illness, one accident could actually ruin an entire year of a student's life. Why can't we be like the SAT or the GRE, entrance examinations conducted through a continuous computer-based testing system with multiple attempts throughout the year, allowing students to submit their best score for admissions, secure with competitive computer-adaptive question banks. This could reduce stress, accommodate unforeseen emergencies, strengthen examination integrity, and eliminate the single-point failures that make paper leaks inevitable. I have conveyed this suggestion to your high-powered committee of Mr. Nilekani as well. But this brings us, Madam, to the National Testing Agency in the bill. The NTA has conducted hundreds of examinations involving crores of candidates. But of the 14 major examinations conducted by the NTA, 6 have had allegations of paper leaks and other discrepancies, and 15 examinations have been postponed by the NTA in the last 7 years. Now, why is this sorry record there? The NTA has only 39 permanent posts, and 15 of these posts are lying vacant. So just 24 people on permanent posts responsible for examinations that can determine the futures of crores of young Indians? There's something fundamentally wrong about this arrangement. An organization carrying permanent responsibility cannot depend on temporary capacity. You need accountability, but you also need action. The NTA needs strong, permanent, professional cadres, specialists in various fields, from exam administration to psychometrics, logistics, data protection, cybersecurity, fraud detection. It needs an internal security architecture, and let me say, when something goes wrong, somebody must be held responsible. There must be accountability. There must be action. After the failures of 2024, why again in 2026? Accountability must be real. But why, Madam Chairman, have these examinations acquired such extraordinary power over the lives of young Indians? In NEET 2026, more than 22 lakh candidates appeared in an exam for 1.4 lakh medical cases, ma'am. Think of what that means for an 18-year-old. We've created a system in which so many people are competing for so few opportunities. And the result is coaching centers, a black market for unfair advantage. That's why these leaks are happening. And that's why the student suicides have increased from 8,000 in 2014 to 14,600 today. Madam, I would love to speak more emotionally, but give me 2 minutes for one more point. It is extremely important to understand that these are not just numbers. That was somebody's child. That was somebody's books lying on a table. Somebody who came to believe that missing this exam meant failing in life. What do we tell their parents? What do we tell our fellow citizens? We need, ma'am, more quality institutions, more seats, more pathways to professional education in which one examination does not become a referendum on a young person's life. The student's responsibility is to prepare. Our responsibility is to make sure that preparation matters. At its heart, ma'am, the debate is not about paper leaks. It's about the credibility of our system itself. We must have a comprehensive transformation. This bill will pass, but it's not enough. That's the message I want to give the government. Let us dismantle these cheating networks. Ma'am, 1 minute. Let us do something more important. Let us build an examination system in which these crimes become harder to commit in the first place, because the success of this law should not be measured by the number of people we send to prison. It should be measured by the number of paper leaks that never happen again, by the examinations that take place on time, results that students can trust, institutions that accept responsibility. More importantly, Madam, it should be measured by whether a young Indian can walk into an examination hall believing that one simple thing is true, that no one has bought an advantage they've spent their years working to earn. That faith, Madam, is fragile. This House has a duty to protect it. Thank you, Madam Chair.